Hey, it's Ivan. If you're going through a tough time right now, I see you. Whether you are starting an online business, stuck in a rut, or just trying to keep it together. It's easy to feel like giving up. But I'm telling you right now, resilience is not something you are born with. It's something you can build. And today, I want to give you 5 practical ways to build that resilience. Hit that subscribe button and let's do this. Step number 1. Reframe failure as feedback. When I first started online, I genuinely thought failure was the end. I believed that if something didn't work, it meant something about me. That I wasn't smart enough, or skilled enough, or cut out for this kind of work. I had launches flop, ideas bomb, posts go completely unseen. And every time it felt personal, like the universe was confirming what I feared deep down. You are not good enough. It felt like failure wasn't just a result, it was a judgment. And yet, here is what's wild. When a child tries to walk and falls 100 times, no one says, maybe walking isn't for you. They keep going, naturally, instinctively. So, when did we lose that? When did one setback become the reason we stop? Somewhere along the way, we started believing that failure means finality. That it's a sign to quit instead of a signal to adjust. But here is what I've learned after failing over and over and over. Failure isn't a stop sign, it's a signpost. It says, that route didn't work, try another one. And if you listen carefully, each failure gives you a map for what to do better next time. Let me give you an example. I once spent weeks creating my very first lead magnet and funnel. I was proud. I thought, this is it. I launched it and 0 leads. No clicks, no subscribers, silence. Old me would have taken that as proof I wasn't cut out for this. But I forced myself to ask, what exactly didn't work here? Turns out my headline was confusing. And my call to action was buried in the design. So I made changes. I relaunched it. And this time, leads started coming in. That first failure became the feedback I needed it to actually succeed. If you are building anything, a business, a side hustle, even a new habit, you will fail. Not once, not twice, over and over. But each one is a lesson in disguise. Every flop is an opportunity to grow, refine, improve. Resilient people aren't the ones who never fail. They are the ones who stop seeing failure as the end and start seeing it as data. So next time something doesn't work, don't ask, what's wrong with me? Instead ask, what is this teaching me? Because that question changes everything. Take your last failure, reframe it as a lesson today. What's yours? Comment below. I read everyone. Step number 2, master emotional control, not just time. When I first got into online business, I thought I had a time problem. Working full-time in construction as supervisor, I'd leave the house early, come home late, and by the time I sat down at the computer, I was drained. So naturally, I thought, if I just manage my time better, I'll finally get ahead. I downloaded planners, blocked off time, made schedules. But even when I had the time carved out, something else would hit. Overwhelm, frustration, self-doubt, and suddenly it wasn't a time issue. It was an emotional one. Because let's be honest, no amount of color-coded calendars will help you if you are emotionally exhausted or constantly questioning yourself. Back in the day, one night after work, I was sitting at my laptop trying to figure out how to connect my email autoresponder. It was something new and I was stuck. And in that moment, the old voice kicked in. Why are you even doing this? You're not a tech guy, you're a construction guy. This is too hard. Maybe this just isn't for you. I was this close to slamming the laptop shut, but I stopped. And I remembered why I started. I didn't leave a job I was comfortable in to give up at the first sign of struggle. I started because I wanted freedom, because I wanted more time with my family, because I wanted to build a life I didn't need to break from. That why grounded me. So instead of quitting, I took a break, breathed, watching a tutorial, gave myself grace, and kept going. Here is the truth. You don't need to be perfect with your schedule, but you do need to learn how to regulate your emotions when things get hard. Because they will. Resilient people don't have perfect routines. They have powerful reasons. They don't give up just because they feel overwhelmed. They pause, regroup, and keep their why in front of them like a compass. You are not failing because you are inconsistent with time. You are struggling because you haven't yet mastered your state. But the good news, emotional control is a skill, and it starts with awareness, honesty, and that deeper reason pulling you forward. Your why is stronger than your fear. Let it remind you who you are becoming, even on the hard days. How do you handle stress? Share it below. I read everyone. Step number 3. Build a mental toolbox for hard days. Let's be real. Some days will punch you in the face. You'll feel stuck, unmotivated, like everything you are doing isn't working. And if you don't have tools in place before that happens, you're going to want to quit. That's why you need what I call a mental toolbox. Just like a toolbox on a job site, something you can reach for when something breaks or gets tough. When I was still working construction full time and trying to build my business at night, I'd hit these walls. Some days I was physically exhausted. Other days it was mental. Like I just feel totally disconnected from the work. What helped? Not motivation, not some big inspiration video, just small tools, practical resets. Here is what's in my toolbox right now. I work out 3 days a week. Nothing fancy, no gym, no equipment. It's just bodyweight stuff. Squats, push-ups, stretches. It clears my head and gives me a win before the day starts. Cold showers. Yep, even 15 seconds under freezing water wakes me up and resets my nervous system. It's uncomfortable, but so is growth. A reset playlist. A few songs that instantly lift my energy or snap me out of a funk. Voice notes or journaling. I literally talk to myself on my phone like, alright, what are we stuck on? What's the real issue here? Vision reminders. A photo of my family. A saved quote. Something that reminds me why I'm doing this. These aren't random. They are strategic tools I've built up over time to help me recover faster and stay in the game longer. Why this matter? Resilience doesn't mean you never feel low. It means you know how to bounce back faster when you do. You don't need to rely on willpower or wait for a pep talk. If you build a toolbox now, it will be here when you need it most. So, ask yourself, what helps me reset? Make a list of 3 to 5 things. Save it somewhere. Practice using them before the tough days come. You don't have to feel ready, you just need the right tools. Step number 4. Cut the noise. Focus on what you can control. If there is one thing that will drain your resilience faster than anything else, it's focusing on stuff that's outside your control. I used to do this without even realizing it. For a while, every morning before work, I'd scroll the news. Headlines about the economy, inflation, politics, war. And before 8 a.m., my mind was already in panic mode. Then I tried to switch gears and build my business in the evening. But I had no focus left. No creativity, just this underlying feeling of stress. It hit me one day. Why am I giving my energy to things I can't influence at all? It was a total waste of time and focus. So I cut the news, I stopped doom scrolling, I unfollowed accounts that fed fear or negativity, and you know what happened? I suddenly had more clarity, more focus, more peace. I started putting my energy into the effort I show up with, the content I create, the people I talk to, the small action I take today. That's where progress happens. That's where resilience lives. Here is the truth. You can't control the algorithm, the market, what other people say, whether someone buys today. But you can control showing up anyway, sharing your truth, getting 1% better, choosing to try again tomorrow. And when you shift your focus to what you can control, you take your power back. So, take inventory this week. What are you giving energy to that drains you but doesn't move you forward? Cut it out. Reclaim that focus. Because resilient people don't waste time trying to fix the world. They fix their focus. Step number 5. Turn pain into purpose. This one is personal. Because let's face it, pain is part of the journey. Frustration, burnout, rejection, doubt. Whether it's business, life, or both, it hurts. But what if your pain wasn't something to hide or run from? What if it's the very thing that shapes your purpose? Back when I was still working full-time in construction, I remember hitting a moment where I just snapped mentally. I was standing on site, exhausted, staring at the same problems, same noise, same routine. And I thought, is this it? Am I just going to survive like this for the next 20 years? It wasn't that my job was terrible. It was that my life didn't feel like mine. I had no time, no freedom, and I felt invisible. That frustration became the spark that made me search for something else. And when I discovered affiliate marketing, I realized I didn't have to stay stuck. It wasn't just about making money. It was about building something that gave me control. Time with my family, a reason to grow, a reason to wake up. That pain, the quiet suffering of a routine I didn't choose, gave me clarity. It became my fuel. Here is what I learned. The very thing that breaks you can also build you, if you let it. Your hard days become the most honest part of your story. And that story, it will resonate with someone out there who feels exactly like you did. So instead of saying, why is this happening to me? Ask, how can this serve someone else one day? Because purpose doesn't come from having all the answers. It comes from walking through the mess and deciding to share the lesson. Resilience isn't built in comfort. It's built in chaos. So if today is hard, don't numb it. Don't run. Build something through it. Drop a comment below. What's one thing you are doing today to build your resilience? Let's grow through this together. And hey, if you found this helpful, give it a like. Share it with someone who's struggling. And subscribe for more videos like this. You've got this. Hey, it's Ivan. Ready to kickstart your business journey today? I've been where you are. Overwhelmed, unsure, but I turn it around with 5 simple steps. From my affiliate marketing start to building a bulletproof mindset, I'll show you how to get going now. Hit that subscribe button and let's dive in. Step number 1, get clear on your why. Before you dive into tools or strategies or figuring out how to sell, what to sell, pause for a second. Ask yourself, why do I even want this? Is it freedom? Time with your family? Or maybe you want to create something that actually makes a difference? It sounds like a simple question, but it's deeper than most people realize. Your why, that real personal reason, is what's going to keep you going when things get tough. And trust me, they will. For me, it was about building a life on my terms. Not just escaping the 9 to 5, but actually living differently. No more trading time for money. No more waiting for permission. And here is the thing. A strong why does 3 powerful things. 1. It keeps you motivated when sales are slow or tech breaks down. It attracts the right people because people don't just buy links, they buy into you. And 3, it helps you make better decisions. What to focus on, who to serve, and what to say yes to. So, here is a quick challenge. Write down your why in 1 sentence. Maybe it's to give my kids a better future, or to prove to myself that I can do this. Drop it in the comments. I love to read it. Step number 2, get support early. Look, this is one of the most underestimated parts of starting a business. You can have the right tools, a great product, and a clear plan. But if you are doing it completely alone, it gets really hard, fast. When I started affiliate marketing, I was up late watching tutorials, trying to figure out everything on my own. I built my first funnel, wrote my first email, hit publish, and waited. Nothing happened. I had no one to ask, is this normal? Does this headline work? Why is no one clicking? Yeah, I almost quit. Not because the business didn't work, but because I felt completely isolated. Then I found a mentorship community. People just a few steps ahead of me, sharing what worked for them, giving feedback, celebrating small wins. That changed everything. Suddenly, I wasn't stuck in my head. I had guidance, support, and momentum. So here is what I recommend. Find a mentor or group that's aligned with your values. Not just hype, but actual support. Ask questions early and often. Don't suffer in silence. Celebrate the small wins with people who understand how big those moments really are. Affiliate marketing may be a solo business, but it should never be a lonely one. Step number 3. Pick one business model. There are a lot of ways to build an online business, but chasing them all leads to confusion and burnout. You need to choose just one model to start with. Learn it, apply it, and get traction. If you are new and low on time or money, start with affiliate marketing. If you already got a skill, offer it as a freelancer or coach. If you are creative and love teaching, think digital products. And if you are okay with handling physical stuff, explore e-commerce. The point is, commit to one for 90 days. Learn the model, build the foundation, see it through. Once that works, you can always expand. Choose one today, affiliate, e-commerce, or another. Spend 1 hour researching. Which model is for you? Comment below. Step number 4. Set up your simple system. Now let's talk about the engine of your business, your system. Because having a clear why and choosing your model is great. But if you don't set up a way to actually make sales, you've got a hobby, not a business. When I first started with affiliate marketing, I thought I just had to post my link everywhere. Instagram bio? Check. Facebook post? Done. YouTube video description? Copy and paste. But nothing was converting. Why? Because I didn't have a system guiding people from attention to interest to action. Once I built a simple funnel that collected emails, follow up with value, and led people step by step to the offer, that's when things changed. Here is what a simple system looks like. A landing page. A one-page website where you send people to grab their name, email in exchange for a freebie, training, or valuable info. An email autoresponder. Once they opt in, they get a series of emails that build trust and offer help, leading to your affiliate offer or product. A product to promote or sell. Whether it's your own product or someone else's affiliate, your emails should educate, connect, and lead them naturally to take action. You'll also need a traffic source, a way to consistently get people to your landing page. That could be TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, or even simple Facebook posts. Don't overcomplicate it. You don't need 10 pages and 6 funnels to get started. Start with one funnel, one offer, one audience. Master that, then scale. Use templates. Most tools offer plug and play setups. Don't reinvent the wheel. Don't skip email. It's your business's follow-up muscle. And most people buy after they leave the first page. Remember, your system doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to exist. You can improve as you go. But if people have no way to connect with you or your offer, nothing happens. Get your system live, even if it's version 1.0. Progress beats perfection every single time. Step number 5. Give value with daily content. Let's talk about the thing that separates people who start businesses from those who grow them. It's this: consistently showing up and creating value. You don't need to be an expert, you just need to be useful. When I was starting out, I thought I had nothing valuable to share. I wasn't making big money, I didn't have fancy results, so I stayed quiet, lurking, learning, but not creating. Then, someone in my mentorship group said something that stuck with me. If you are just one step ahead of someone, you are already qualified to help them. So I started posting what I was learning, sharing tips from the trainings I was watching, documenting, not teaching. And guess what? People started DMing me saying, "Thank you, I needed that today. This actually helped me take action." That's when it clicked. Value doesn't mean being perfect. It means being helpful. What does creating value really mean? It's simply doing one or more of the following every day. Educate. Teach something you learned. Inspire. Share a story or mindset shift. Entertain. Use humor, personal stories or relatability. Document. Share your journey. Where do you share it? Pick one platform you like most. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok videos, YouTube Shorts, or Community tab. Email newsletter. Don't try to master all of them at once. Just show up consistently on one platform your audience is already using. Here are a few tips. Create a simple content habit. One post per day, even if it's messy. Use a notes app to jot down ideas as they come. Life is content. Repurpose. Turn on story into a video, post, an email. Don't chase likes, chase connections. The more value you give, the more trust you build. And trust is what turns followers into customers, and customers into fans. So start today. Post something, share something, even if just one person sees it. You made an impact. And that's how businesses are built. All right. There you have it. 5 steps to kickstart your business journey today. From finding your why to daily value. You are on your way. Which step will you start with? Comment below. I'll reply. Subscribe for weekly tips. Hey, you want here? Did you know 95% of businesses fail within 5 years? Why? It's not money or strategy. It's mindset. You can have all the tools, trainings and tactics, but if your mindset isn't strong, it's like building on sand. Today, I'm sharing 5 steps to build a bulletproof business mindset that will keep you thriving no matter what. Stick around, hit that like button, and let's dive in. I used to think failure was the end, a definitive stop sign that proved I wasn't good enough, or that my ideas simply wouldn't work. It felt like a personal judgment, a public declaration of defeat. I often wonder how children, after countless failures, still try and try again. Yet, as adults, just one setback can make us feel completely defeated. When exactly do we lose that incredible resilience? I don't know. I heard lunches flop, ideas bomb, posts no one saw. At first, it felt personal. Like, maybe I wasn't cut out for this. But I learned mindset is everything. And these 5 steps I'm about to share with you turn me around. And they will work for you too. Step number 1. Reframe failure as feedback. Failure isn't the end, it's data. A powerful feedback mechanism telling you what doesn't work, pushing you to refine your approach, pivot your strategy, or dig deeper for a better solution. Every online entrepreneur who's made it has a graveyard of failed attempts behind them. And it was by dissecting those failures, not avoiding them, that they ultimately found their path to success. So don't be afraid of or ashamed of failing. Embrace it as an essential part of your growth. It's not a sign of weakness, but a critical stepping stone on your journey to success. When my ad campaign flopped, I immediately analyzed what went wrong. It came down to the big promise and the story from the ad. After making those crucial adjustments, the campaign ultimately succeeded. So I stopped asking, why is this happening to me? And started asking, what can I learn here? That crucial shift transformed my approach, moving me from beating myself up to consistently leveling up. Now, after every setback, I make sure to write down the lesson I've learned. Step number 2, set unshakable goals. Vague goals create vague results. Early on, my goals were all over the place. Make more money or grow my audience, but they lacked clarity and emotion. Then, I started setting unshakable goals. Goals so clear and connected to my why that I could feel them in my bones. Think of goals as anchors. When doubt creeps in, your anchor keeps you from drifting. So ask yourself, what exactly do I want? Why does it matter? Who do I become in the process? Write it down. Speak it aloud. Make it real. Let me tell you a quick story. A few months after starting my online business, I realized I was doing everything alone. Writing the emails, creating content, designing pages, all in a vacuum. I had this belief that I had to prove myself first before I reached out to anyone. But honestly, that mindset kept me small. Then, one day, I made a decision. Every week, I would reach out to 5 people. No expectation, just real conversations. A DM on Instagram, a comment on someone's video, a quick email to a coach I admired, simple things. And something amazing happened. By week 2, one of those people replied. We hopped on a call. That conversation turned into a collaboration. That collaboration brought me new traffic, fresh energy, and more confidence. I didn't have everything figured out, but I showed up. That weekly habit, reaching out to just 5 people, has opened more doors for my business than any course or strategy I ever bought. It's a small step, but it's bold. And bold steps build bulletproof mindsets. So what's your one goal? Comment below. I read everyone. Step number 3. Master daily discipline. Let's be honest. Discipline isn't sexy. But it's the bridge between dreaming and doing. You don't need to hustle 18 hours a day. What you need is consistency. For me, it started with one small habit, showing up every morning and planning my top 3 tasks. That one shift created momentum. Discipline isn't about being rigid, it's about honoring your goals even when motivation fades. Motivation gets you going, discipline keeps you growing. Step number 4. Build a winning circle. You've probably heard the saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And it's true. If you're constantly around people who doubt your dreams, who complain, who always find a problem for every solution, guess what? That energy rubs off on you. It slows you down. But when you surround yourself with action takers, believers, doers, suddenly growth feels normal. Possibility feels real. You rise to their level. So take a good look at your circle. Is it fueling your vision or feeding your fear? Choose wisely, because the people you let in shape the business you build. In my early days, I was sharing big dreams with small minds. And you can guess how that went. You need a winning circle, mentors, peers, maybe even strangers online, who see your vision and speak life into it. A supportive community helps you normalize ambition. Find people who get it, who challenge you, and who remind you that you are not alone. It's fuel. Use it. Step number 5. Stay adaptable. Remember Blockbuster? At its peak, it had over 9,000 stores and was the go-to for movie rentals. People loved it. Friday nights, grabbing popcorn and picking out a DVD. But here is the thing. When the industry started shifting with streaming technology and changing customer habits, Blockbuster didn't adapt. They ignored the warning signs. In fact, they had a chance to buy Netflix early on, but passed on the opportunity. Netflix, on the other hand, saw the future. They shifted from DVDs by mail to on-demand streaming. They kept adapting into original content, global expansion, and even mobile optimization. And now, Netflix is a media giant, Blockbuster is a memory. Here is a hard truth. What works today might not work next month. So many entrepreneurs get stuck trying to repeat what worked before instead of evolving. But business, especially online business, is a moving target. Adaptability is your superpower. That doesn't mean pivot every 5 minutes. It means stay flexible in your approach, but firm in your mission. If a platform changes, you learn. If strategy fizzles, you tweak. Your mindset must be able to bend without breaking. Because the entrepreneurs who thrive, they are the ones who can adapt and keep going. So, there you have it. 5 powerful mindset shifts that can make you unstoppable. Reframe failure as feedback, set unshakable goals, master daily discipline, build a winning circle, stay adaptable. And here is the truth. These are habits, not one-time tricks. You build a bulletproof mindset the same way you build a business. One step, one day, one choice at a time. If this video resonated, drop a comment below and tell me which mindset shift you are working on right now. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this every week. Because remember, you are the foundation of your business. Build yourself strong and your business can't help but grow. Thanks for watching. Now go take action. Bye-bye.